before we started up, I did say that there would be a criteria for how we're going to do this. And I'm trying to remember what that was. It was, how cool do the bosses look? How difficult are they, and how fun are they to fight? Do you abide by these rules, sir?
I accept the terms.
All right. So I'm going to be trying to remember all of these boss fights. I have a terrible memory. So you might have to be here to remind me. For instance,
I'm way more familiar with the DS1 ones than I am with DS2. So this is good.
All right, good. All right. Asylum Demon.
Oh,
how does the Asylum Demon grab you?
He doesn't really grab me at all. He's a good tutorial boss, but he's like, they use him 3 times in the game.
Yeah, and he was also in the game before this. Isn't he like a Demon Souls boss too, basically?
I think he was.
Pretty much.
I'm not so familiar with Demon Souls. So, like, if I had to place him anywhere as like a starting point, I'd put him. He's not terrible, but I'd put him D tier.
Wow.
He's D. Like, he's fine. Like, he is a tutorial boss. He lets you know you can do plunging attacks, and yeah, he's just not overly interesting.
Can I posit something for you? Because that's exactly the point that I was about to discuss with you, sir. Isn't he interesting though? I mean, a lot of people didn't play. A lot of people didn't play Demon Souls, so they walk into this room. There's a boss sitting in the middle of the room. They think, okay, this is a tutorial boss. I'm just gonna walk up, practice these mechanics that I learned, and I'm gonna go on my merry way. And then he fucking kills you, and he's supposed to kill you. But you can beat him, which is really cool. I think that is at least interesting enough to put him up to C.
I think there's a case there. You also have me thinking that on top of all that, he is the first boss in the series, and he's like an introduction to like, hey, we're about to fuck your shit.
Exactly.
So yeah, I can give him C. I can give him C. Whether he stays high C or not, I can't say. But
all right, I'm gonna check in with the chat real quick, see what they have to say. Big J says glup shitto, and can sexiness be a factor in the difficulty? I will be factoring in sexiness into the ones where it applies for sure. That's gonna come up in at least one of these. Dark
Lord Nito is so sexy.
Don't fuck with me on that, okay? We'll get to it. Okay, so what? You say C?
Yep, I agree.
He is the definition of C, I think.
Yep, I can agree to that.
He does everything a Dark Souls boss should do, but he excels at none of it.
This is accurate.
There we go.
He is a fun fight. You can fight him the honest way, or you can fight him the way he's meant to be fought. And yeah, choices are good. So
okay. Yeah. Are you ready for the Bell Gargoyle?
Yeah.
How? You know what? I let you start on the last one. I'll sum up my thoughts on the Bell Gargoyle. Fuck this guy. Okay. He's a piece of shit, but he teaches you something important. He teaches you that even though you thought the other bosses up to this point, including the Capra Demon, which if I remember right is the one before this, depending on how you go, they've been unfair, but you have no idea how far this can go, my friend. We're just going to throw a second boss at you. Imagining playing this game without playing another Souls game before it, I would be fucking pissed.
That would be... So that's the thing, is that my context for, like, first time... like run through of this game is kind of ruined because my first game was Bloodborne, and like when you run into the shadows of Yharnam and like the 3 shadows come out, you're like, oh, there's 3 health bars. Fuck me.
That's true.
But yeah,
and there is something to be said for that too. Like I'm coming at this from the point of view of trying to imagine this as my first Souls game and trying to take away my preconceptions, but we don't have to do that. Can we rate their feet too? If I can remember any of their feet, we'll take that into consideration.
I think that these, like, it's not necessarily a fun fight. It's challenging, and they do look cool. I like that if you slash off one of their tails, you get a weapon.
Oh, yeah. I don't know if I did that in my playthrough, but I think you told me that. So I'm going to tell you where
gargoyles.
I'm going to tell you where I'm leaning.
Where are you at?
I'm at D with this one.
Thank you.
kind of like the Asylum Demon. He's showing you the ropes, like I said. He's showing you that they can be fucking bitches when they want to be, but he's not fun. When we're talking about our criteria, fun is one of the factors. It is not fun fighting the Bell Gargoyle. It's kind of fun fighting the Asylum Demon, I guess. Fuck the Bell Gargoyle.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, D. Throw him in D. Not terrible, not the worst, but definitely D.
Okay. There we go. All right, moving on to the aforementioned Capra Demon, my least favorite boss in this fucking game.
B tier.
Oh, fuck off.
Just kidding.
Fuck off with you.
He's hard. He's really hard. He is like the first hard stop in the game for me. I have fought this boss like 5 times. He's hard.
The noob filter, as they call him. Which I definitely was at that point. Here's my thing with the Capra Demon. My most hated thing about the Capra Demon fight isn't the fight itself. It's the run-up to the fight when you're running through the gauntlet of guys, and then, at least in my case...
Yeah, the boss run.
In my case...
You got fucked on your boss run.
Every time. Like 40 times. I got fucked. And hey, you could say that's a skill
grabbed
issue.
through the fog wall was wild. That was fucking crazy.
Oh yeah, we captured that moment. I haven't forgotten that moment.
A couple things. Like, he'd be a fun fight. He's not necessarily fair because of the arena and the dogs.
Oh, we are well beyond fair. We are beyond fair.
He's got a cool look. He's not that fun to fight. The boss run is not that fun. I would put him probably above the Bell Gargoyles in D. That's where I would put him.
Here's what I haven't decided on a grade for myself yet, but here's what keeps running through my mind. He has the worst arena that I can remember right now in the game. Although, wait, no, there's one. There's one that's worse. There is definitely one that's worse. But one of the worst arenas in this game. He has ads, which I hate ads. You get fucked on your way to him. He does look cool. That is important. He does look cool. He is a little sexy.
Yeah.
I think I agree with you. Oh, but at the same time, no, but at the same time, there's one factor that we didn't consider, and that's notoriety. The Capra Demon is at least ubiquitous enough to have formed a reputation for himself. And he stands out from the chaff, whereas I forgot the Bell Gargoyle was actually in this game.
Yeah, that's fair.
And all this to say that I agree with you. I either want to put him high D or low C.
I would put him...
No. I just had one of my trademark changes of heart. I think he belongs.
Hit me.
I think he belongs in B.
What the fuck?
This boss has a personality, you know? When I'm thinking a C tier boss, I'm thinking the Capra Demon, he's boring. Or not the Capra Demon, I'm sorry. I'm thinking the Asylum Demon is boring, you know? He's just generic. He's the Dark Souls boss. Capra Demon has stood out. And I will remember that fucker forever. So I think he deserves at least B.
Oh, I think we got to split the difference. I doesn't grab me, dude. I don't think he's B. I think they're... although this list is going all the way up to S. So.
This is our list. So, I mean, if we don't agree, we have to find somewhere in the middle. So it sounds like you're hanging out in high C then.
I think he's high C. Like, I think he's D. I can't move. I don't think he's B. I do not think he's B.
Okay. I can be the bigger man and put him in high C.
I can't agree on B. High C is fine.
Okay. We'll do that for now then. I think he's
boom.
Cooler. Oh, wait. It didn't do it right. 1 second. Capra Demon goes above Asylum Demon. There we go. I think he stands out more. I think he belongs there.
Okay, that's fair.
Oh yeah. My favorite name in the game, the Ceaseless Decharge.
Yeah,
Discharge.
he
I'm sorry.
ceaselessly discharges.
Yeah, he cannot stop.
So here's where I'm at, is every time I beat this boss, I cheese it. And I was in your chat when you were fighting him, and you were fighting him honestly, which to me is amazing. But if you start the fight, and if you run back to the fog gate, he actually falls through the map 100% of the time.
Really?
And you don't have to fight him.
Oh, fuck off. I feel like
yeah, so
I feel like I almost made it back to the entrance because I know I ran back in that fight.
You almost did. You almost did, and I was surprised it didn't fall, but you didn't make it quite far enough. And there were also messages on the ground that were like, try coming back or whatever. They were vaguely saying come back to the entrance, and I was like, I forget why I couldn't type to you, but that's where I was, and I was like, damn it. But yeah, so I've actually never fought the Ceaseless Discharge. I just cheese him.
I barely remember the fight. I remember him. I don't remember the fighting part very well.
So the problem with Ceaseless Discharge is he's very much like the Demon Ruins in that he's just a big red mass. He's not anything, really. He's a Ceaseless Discharge. I like that he creates the lava in the Demon Ruins, so to progress you have to beat him and he stops the lava flow. Like, I dig that, but it's not enough for me to like. For me, I'm like, I don't know. He could be low D, maybe F. Like, that's
okay. I don't know if I'm there with you. Big J actually just mentioned something I was thinking about, which is the cheese factor. There is a factor of cheesiness that I like to enjoy. I don't know how you feel about cheese. I myself, I love it. I love the feeling of a video game letting you get away without smarting it, even if it wasn't intended. And, like, even though I didn't really cheese the boss, I like the fact that I can. And that adds to it a little bit. I think Ceaseless... Like, I'm saving F for I never want to do this fight again. Fuck this boss. I don't even know if we're going to have an F. We might. But I'm feeling D for Ceaseless Discharge just because, like I said, I fought him straight up. I barely remember it. I think I maybe learned how to dodge through him, and then that was the end.
I can agree with D as long as it's after the gargoyle.
I super agree with after the gargoyle. Look at us. We're agreeing. Look at this list. Look at this awful list right now.
This is the best tier list ever that anyone's ever made ever.
Remind me who the centipede demon was again.
That one, so you have to run through the demon runes, and it's after the Fire Sage demon, and he's in a big lake of lava.
Okay.
And you were fighting him. You were fighting him on a little island on a little rock, and it was the only place you could fight him, and you had to be underneath him the whole time. Because if you weren't... Yeah.
I don't remember any of this.
So what was frustrating for me was that, like, the directions I could have given you at this time were so long that they wouldn't have made sense in the chat, and it would have been too long for you to look for it. Yeah. But there's a ring, like the ring you get from beating him where it lets you walk on lava. You can actually get that. You can get that early and fight him on the lava.
Yes, I remember that guy. I hate this guy because I couldn't figure out the right place to stand when I was fighting him for like 10 tries.
Yeah, he's not my favorite boss either. Like, I'm not a fan of him. I do like that if you want, you could summon Solaire to help you fight this guy, but yeah, that's about it. Solaire helps you fight him, and that's where I'm at.
And doesn't he just like? That's right. I had my brother-in-law in the chat at the time, and I think he said like, "Hey, you can hire Solaire, but he just runs into the lava and dies like 100% of the time."
Yes,
so I was like,
I remember that, and he is accurate.
Excellent. I don't have strong feelings about this boss. I remember, like, now that I'm thinking about it, I do remember the fight. I did create the Forgotten Tier, the Lost Souls. In fact, fuck that. Let's 1 second. I'm gonna put. Oh God, what did I do? What have I done? I'm gonna put Lost Souls, and it will encompass both people I missed and people I have forgotten. He doesn't go there.
I like it.
I think I did have some fun with this fight. And I think after I figured out like where to stand, I did find it like kind of engaging. Like I was that kind of annoyed where I'm like, I kind of like how much you're annoying me right now because it makes me want to kill you. I think I like this fight.
So part of my issue with it is, in the context of your fight, is it's not so much like how do I fight you, because you knew the moves, like you knew what to dodge and how. It's just the stage was the biggest hazard.
Yeah,
and
the camera.
Like, that is fucking annoying.
I think honestly. I remember having to unlock my camera a bunch whenever he went like over top of me, and then having to like relock it when he went away from me, which doesn't bother me. I gotta tell you, dude, right now, maybe my memories are being selective, but right now, I feel like this boy's a B tier. You know, I remember feeling engaged. It's just B, dude.
Whoa!
I didn't say A. I said B.
B.
It's B.
Well, for me, I'm thinking coolness factor, and I'm like, he's not that cool.
He's kind of cool. He's a lava guy. Even the ceaseless discharge is cool. It's just not a lot of other things.
Like he's all right. He's cool.
Do you think? Okay.
Here's the question. The question. If he's B tier, do you believe he is above Asylum Demon and Capra Demon?
Oh, 100%. I definitely like this fight better than those two.
Okay.
I was gonna compromise
Really? Okay.
and suggest high C, but
if you want to put him before Capra Demon, I can live with it as long as he's in C.
That feels good. That feels right.
Okay.
That feels right.
As long as it feels right.
Okay, I'm gonna have to reorganize because it doesn't like to go where I put it. There we go. Okay. You know what, Dandy? I think we're coming up to our first S tier. Chaos Witch Quayleg.
Spider Babe.
Spider Babe. Okay, if we're talking bosses that they have the look, they have a fun moveset, they have a pretty fun arena, a boss that you remember, and a boss that makes the best thumbnail in the whole series. I think we're talking Quayleg.
Accurate. So yeah, she's very high. I don't know whether she's A or S, but she is very memorable. She's super cool, and she's a ridiculously fun fight. If you can hit her body, like her human body, she takes more damage, which is kind of cool. I also like that being like one of the witches of chaos or whatever.
Whatever.
She
Dark Souls.
She tried. So the whole lore behind the witches is that they tried to create another flame, not to link the original one, but they tried to
Kmart flame.
create their own flame. Yeah, and so that completely went wrong, and they accidentally made demons, and that's what's happening here. So she got turned into a spider lady, and her sister got stuck into a wall and got turned into a firekeeper, and she protects her sister. She's pretty cool.
You're pointing out another factor that we hadn't considered, which is lore.
Lore
Yeah. Could be important too, because there can be a boss that totally sucks, but they're cool anyway. There's one I'm thinking of in particular that we'll get to later that I'll try to remember to mention. Okay, so the game, what you're saying is the game probably wouldn't happen without her. At least most of the game wouldn't have happened without her. She's got good assets.
Yeah.
Real good assets. Real big fan. She can be mean to me all day, and I you know what? I would crack a smile. I'd be totally happy. Trample all over me. I think she's an S tier, dude.
All right, I'll let you have it. I'll let you have S tier. I can agree with S tier.
There we go. Big J says that he would like to remind you that yesterday was International Women's Day. So, of course, we put the finest lady of them all up in S. Okay, now let's go to the worst girl in the whole game. We have Crossbreed Priscilla. I think I'll just put her right here. And let's go on to Dark Sun Gwendolyn.
Okay. No, hold on. I can't let you put her in F. I know you had a hard time with her.
Oh, you fuck off.
I don't know how many attempts. I know you had a lot of attempts. Okay, here's the deal with Priscilla.
I'm catching strays over here.
Everything in the painted world of Ariamis was thrown in there by Gwyn. The painting is where the losers go.
Yeah,
so
that's accurate.
Priscilla had to go in there. Now you notice she's like, in the lore, she's like a princess. So people suggest that because she has this gross dragon tail, that she's a crossbreed, that she's actually the daughter of some woman and Seath the Scaleless.
Thus crossbreed.
Yeah, she's like some weird, like,
she's a scaly
dragon person. And Gwyn was like, "Get this freak out of here," and tossed her in there. And then she was like, "I guess I'm gonna be queen of the painting."
He was right to do so.
I don't think she's F. She's pretty cool. She's got a lot of story behind her, but it's not necessary to the story. It's not like a linchpin or anything. If you do you earnestly think she's F? Is she F for you, big time?
Okay, I'll give my spiel here. The one mechanic in this fight that's kind of cool is the footsteps in the snow. I thought,
yep,
that is a cool way to indicate that. I was annoyed leading up to this, but hey, now I know how to do the fight. I'm going to figure this out. But the thing is, once you figure it out, first of all, I don't want to complain about it being hard. Once you get her to go uninvisible, she has like 2 moves.
Okay.
She's really boring to fight once you figure it out. She looks stupid. She looks stupid, okay? And this is coming from me. This is me here talking about a 20-foot tall woman. And I think she's stupid.
Yeah, fair.
She has 2 moves, and I guess the run back to her isn't that bad. I was going to complain about that. But, at the end of the day, after she uninvisibled, I was, just walking a couple steps to her back, / walk a couple steps to her back, /
I remember.
And then she just died. I was like, okay. You know what I mean? How do you feel? How does that grab you?
Were you over leveled when you got here? I can't remember.
I
don't think you were.
I might have been, because I think maybe I wasn't. This is the area where I did start grinding off camera, because I just kept killing the phalanx over and over again, which gets you a ridiculous amount of souls, by the way. But I don't think I did it before beating her. I think I did it after. So I don't think I was over leveled.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. I don't think she's F tier. I like this boss a lot. I would put her, me personally, if this is my tier list, she would be in at least B. At least.
Okay. No, this actually changes something, okay? This changes my approach a bit, because, normally, if I were to compromise, I'd be like, okay, so she goes in C. But C is kind of reserved for generic. You know what I mean? And she's not generic. If anything, I guess C doesn't have to be generic. I guess that's just how it's been so far. How does bottom of C sound? No, I'm serious, because that's kind of halfway between F and B. If anything, we could go high D, but I was trying to be fair.
Yep. All right. Yeah. Okay. Okay. It's our list, so I can agree on our list. She is bottom C. I can agree with that.
All right. I wish I could just drag this image into the recycle bin, but I will put her here, and I'll never think about her again. God, we are not getting a lot of winners in a row here. Dark Sun Gwendolyn is mildly interesting, but doesn't have the biggest bag of tricks in the world. You just kind of run down a hallway.
The infinite hallway is kind of cool.
Only has
dodging the magic
moves.
Isn't fun. There's a lot of lore behind him, and I kind of dig it, but I'm just I do that when I play this game. I don't skip bosses, but I'm always tempted to skip this one, because you gotta kill his illusion of what's her name, of
big lady that's better than
big
Priscilla.
lady. Yes, so you gotta kill her, and Orlando changes, but I mean, I don't know. I don't care where this boss goes. I have no feelings about this boss. It is meh.
That's kind of where I'm at. Again, I'm gonna be the prickly pair of this pair of people. I'm annoyed by the run to this boss. Not that you're gonna die a lot against this boss, unless you're me, because they're pretty simple. I don't think the reward.
Yeah, you were running a far away. I thought there was a bonfire right outside his door, though. Was there not?
There is, but it doesn't let you warp to it for some reason, which pissed me the fuck off. I made sure to sit down.
Yeah, I remember
at
watching that. Yeah, that was frustrating to watch.
Yeah. I don't know, dude. I hate to put everybody in
honestly,
C.
I don't think he's C. I don't care for this boss. I think he's a little boring. I'd put him at the bottom of D. He's not terrible. I don't hate him, but I just couldn't care.
You know what? I think the I think the Ceaseless, oh my god, I can't say it. Ceaseless Discharge is cooler than him. So you know what? For once, I think we agree. And Big J says it, adding on tentacles. All right.
Yeah.
The Demon Fire Sage.
Bruh.
I'm trying to remember.
Like, it's basically Asylum Demon, but he's covered in fire.
That motherfucker. Yeah. Isn't he like right before or right after the Centipede?
Yeah, he's right before it, I think.
Yeah.
And honestly, he's, again,
he's lame.
Bottom D. Like, I would put him, I would probably put him after Gwendolyn because he's a copycat.
So, yeah, I was going to say he's not as cool as Asylum Demon because he's a copycat of the Asylum Demon.
Yeah.
I think he's more fun to fight than Priscilla.
Yeah. Yeah.
I agree. I think he's more fun to fight than any of the people we have in D.
Okay. I would agree with you there. Yep.
Like, yeah, if I was going to fight bosses for fun, I would fight him before I fought anybody from at least this point on. I think he could go right before Priscilla and after Asylum Demon right now.
Yeah. You know what? That's... Put him, just put him right after his
mathematically
a
mathematically perfect decision. I think the Four Kings are really cool, Dandy. I think they're cool as shit, actually.
Yeah, it's a cool fight. It's a cool fight. You fight them in a cool location, and it's a fun fight. They are so cool.
I like. Okay, here's my thing. Okay, I like getting to them. Because I had very few inklings that jumping down that hole to fight them would actually work. I just had a hunch, and my hunch paid off, and it gave me endorphins when I jumped down that hole with that ring on, and I was like, oh my god, that actually worked. I used logic, dude, and that feels fine.
I remember watching you figure it out, and I was like, this was so cool to watch. Because my first playthrough of Dark Souls was done after I watched a playthrough.
Oh,
so
okay.
I was like, oh, okay, I can totally do this. But to watch you do that and figure that out, I was like, that was kind of sick. Like, brain was fat. I loved it.
That's the kind of stuff I love in video games, by the way. I love video games that don't hold your hand and that, like, reward you for thinking outside the box. So whenever that happens, I have an endorphin explosion. I have that Jimmy Neutron brain... What is it? Brain orgasm?
Blast.
Brain blast. That he gets.
They would.
So that was cool, but the fight itself is also cool because it's kind of an anime fight if you think about it. You know, they're teleporting into the shadows, and maybe they don't teleport.
And they you have a time limit for each king, if I'm not mistaken. So like if you don't get rid of the first king, the second one comes in, and then you got to fight 2. And if you don't get rid of them, then you got to fight 3, and then. But if you get rid of them fast enough, then it's one at a time.
Yeah, so there's some urgency in that fight. It's constantly engaging because you're just like, I gotta do this, I gotta do this. I can't let them gang up on me. And you can do it too. That's the other thing is you can fight them all at once, or you can beat them one by one if you're good enough. So I think that this fight, to me, feels like an A. I don't think it's an S.
I was going to say A tier.
Yeah, okay.
It can be. The run to the boss is long. They don't really have much notoriety in the series, but they are one of the 4 great souls you need to collect. I would agree with A. I was going to say A before you did, so.
All right, A for, as Big J has pointed out, amping it up as Action Man. All right. Okay, if this was a name tier list, this guy might go ahead of the Ceaseless Discharge at the top of the list. It is the Gaping Dragon.
The Gaping Dragon.
I like the Gaping Dragon. I think the Gaping Dragon has a cool moveset. I think he has a dumbass cool look. I think he's weird. He gets his own cool cutscene before the fight. It's in a cool arena. You know what? I don't really have a problem with this fight at all, actually. There's nothing I dislike about it. It's not the most fun thing. I think he has a lot of health for that point of the game, so it takes a while to swing on him to, kill him. And it kind of overstays its welcome a little bit, but that'd be probably the only criticism I have for it. How do you feel about this fight, sir?
I agree with everything you just said. I also think it's cool that like as a dragon, he is like avaricious, right? So
Yeah.
he becomes so gluttonous and so hungry for more that he actually just became a giant mouth, which I think is kind of sick. At least that's my understanding from Pat Stares At of Castle Super Beast, how he explains it. But I like this boss, and I agree with everything you said. He's got a good intro cutscene, and it's a fun fight, and there's a lot to watch out for and a lot you have to do. I would put him in B.
Okay. I was going back and forth between low A or high B. So if you say B, let it be. All right. I have to look close to my keyboard. Oh. Okay. Grey Wolf Sif. Okay. Earlier in the tier list, I had mentioned that for some bosses, you could have amazing lore and a shitty fight, and the lore can carry them in your mind. That is exactly where Sif sits in my mind.
So, Sif, I have a big old like heart for in the fight. You actually were doing tons of damage. You had done the DLC and then fought Sif. So I don't even know if this happened in your video, but once you get her down to like 30%, she starts limping and she still fights. And it's so soul crushing, and there's no way to get around that fight. And I love that the community tried to find a way to like make this not happen, where it's like, is there a way where Sif just gives up and you don't have to fight her? She kind of binded the Dark Souls community in that way. I really like this. I like this fight. I don't think it's hard. I wouldn't put her high, but I also wouldn't put her low.
So I think I was told that I missed out on the last phase of the fight because I was doing too much damage to her at the time.
Yes.
I just completely missed this fight when I like walked by that door, I guess, and I came back way later when I was too strong for it. And this is a nothing fight. I basically just walked into her leg and swung until she died.
Yes, it was. I was like, wow, that was the fastest I've ever seen that fight done.
However, I love the lead up to this fight. I loved finding her in that cave. Was she guarding a sword or something like that?
In the DLC. So the one thing about that is if you find her and rescue her from that cave where Manus is, the cutscene's different, and it was different for you. So she tackles you and she sniffs you and she howls. Yeah. And that's because she remembers you from way back from when you were there in the past.
Because it's in the past.
And I think that's dope as fuck. And if you don't rescue her, then the fight just kind of starts. So this boss is fucking cool, man. She's not hard. She makes me sad to fight, but I like it.
Yeah, I mean, a game being able to elicit feelings in you like that, I think, is a really cool thing. Because I also felt horrible killing her.
Oh, so horrible.
I felt, and I love things that make me feel awful, because in an age where media can so often make you feel nothing, being able to feel anything at all is pretty noteworthy. So even though I think this fight is kind of ass, like the fight itself is ass, everything else in this fight is S tier for me. So I think to me this evens out to being high B.
Yep,
or maybe low A. I could hear high A or low A depending on how you feel.
No, low. I don't think A, but I think high B. I think high B is fair.
Yeah, I think she's so much cooler than the Gaping Dragon that it would be a shame not to do this. So, okay. Yeah. Let it be again. All right, Giant Golem is fine. Giant Golem to me is the definition of a C tier boss. What does he really do that's special? You know what I mean? It's just fighting a giant golem.
Like, part of the reason I really wanted to be a part of your stream for Sans Fortress is because Iron Tarkus is supposed to be able to take him, and I cannot believe your Tarkus died.
Yeah,
I was so
he
mad.
died like a bitch, and I think he died 3 times.
Yeah, he died. I was shocked. I hated that for you, and that's not the way I wanted that to go down, but it was super hype watching you beat him on your own. That being said, it's not fun. It's not fun to have an NPC kill the boss every time for you. And you're right. This boss is super plain and super boring. But he's not very awful either. So yeah, I would put him somewhere like, I don't know, by the Asylum Demon, somewhere in there.
That's exactly where I was thinking. I hate the camera in this fight, but in the game's defense, something that Dark Souls 2 taught me was sometimes it's better to unlock your camera. Sometimes, if you do that, you'll live longer, and I feel like if I did that for this fight, I would not have walked off the cliff as many times as I did, and I don't know if I think that's the game's fault. I think he looks cool. That's about all I can say. I love his armor set. Yeah, I think I agree with you. I think he goes... I kind of want to put him between the 2 Asylum demons.
Yeah, that would be good. That's fine. I can get on board with that.
Yeah, because I don't think he's as good as the first Asylum demon, and even though that fight isn't really engaging, it's still early on in the game. It's showing you what the game's all about. I think it does a lot more for the game itself. Iron Golem just kind of feels like going through the motions.
Yep,
so.
100%. Just a boss. It's a boss.
This guy's kind of cool, but kind of boring at the same time. It's the Moonlight Butterfly. That's right. I had a weird amount of trouble with this easy. It's one of those bosses that even when I was fighting him, I'm like, I can see that this boss is super easy. What the hell is wrong with me?
Yeah.
But
like this boss is essentially just there again.
It's pretty different than any other fight in the game, I think.
And it's kind of like it comes after the Taurus demon, and it comes after all these other bosses where you really have to like get in close and be aggressive. But with this one, it kind of teaches the player you do have to wait sometimes, which is when it's floating around doing its magic BS.
Yeah, and I think that's intentional too. It feels like it's saying to you, hey, not all bosses are going to be strafe around to the back and swing. Sometimes you gotta learn to roll properly.
The arena is pretty interesting. Like it's different.
Yeah,
I
think it looks cool. Hey! You know what this fight has? This fight has vibes. This fight has vibes off the charts. It's very cool looking.
It's true.
It's a fight that I remember a lot better than the other fights in the game. To me, I'm going to take a swing here and say I think this goes at the bottom of B, because I don't think he's generic enough to be C, but I don't think he's good enough to beat the Gaping Dragon.
Okay. Okay, I agree with you. I agree with you. Based on our criteria, I agree.
How do you rank its feet? Does it have feet?
I think it has little butterfly feet, so like little click-clackies.
Kind of feel like they're tickling you when they're walking up your leg. Yeah, he goes... Oh, all right. You know who I think is neato? Neato.
Your boy.
So this is my son. His name is Neato. I kind of want to talk about this fight. I have mixed feelings about it. So, okay. Lore is 10. Looks are 10. Fighting him straight up, kind of cool. I hate being hit in the back by skeletons, dude, especially when they respawn. I fucking hate it. How do you feel?
So, when I was watching you do that, I was like, wow, I've never seen this fight go this way. Like, I don't usually get smoked by those skeletons, and I was like, what is happening to Ryan that these skeletons are ganking him like this? And I was really excited for you to see Nito, especially in that intro cutscene, because they know they make a big deal out of him.
I think I marked out, if I remember right.
Yeah. For me, again, he's one of like the big bads, one of the 4 great souls you need. So
I like that little scream he does when he shoves his knife into the ground.
Yeah. Yeah, the scream, the super fun scream.
I love the idea of a shrieking skeleton. He's the coolest looking boss in the game, at least for me. Got a cool sword. The only problem I have with it are the ads that gang up on you. The run to him fucking sucks. I hate running back to that.
Yeah,
fight.
it's a tough run. For me, so skeletons and like bosses like Nito, they're not my thing, but I can really appreciate this boss for what it is. I think he goes somewhere in A tier.
Okay. All right, you caught me off guard here. I was about to compromise with you and be like, hey, he's at least an A for me, but I'd be willing to settle in B right after Sif. Or
I definitely don't think he's C tier. I think definitely high B, but definitely definitely
hear
high
A.
B or low A.
I could hear low A. You know what? That's better than I thought I was going to get my boy up. So let's, you know what? It's our list. It's not my list. It's not your list. It's our list. So I think he goes in low A. All right. I don't know if I want to, you know what? Let's do this one now. Ornstein and Smo. I'm going to point at the grandstands before I take my swing and say, I don't know if you're watching the stream, that. How does that grab you?
Up there, hey?
How does that make you feel when you see that? What emotions are going through your head?
Yeah. Okay. They're famous. They're like hallmarks of the series, these guys. They are the end of Anor Londo, in my opinion. Like, they're what you do Anor Londo for.
Big J points out Moob armor.
Yeah, on Smog, or whatever his name is. Ornstein is one of the Four Knights of Gwyn. He's the Dragon Slayer. He's pretty cool. He's...
Can I just say...
Okay.
To me, this is the Dark Souls 1 fight. This is the fight that you're going to hear about from everybody as soon as you get into... What bosses have you fought yet? Have you fought Ornstein and Smo? To me...
You are correct.
Icon status carries this fight a little bit, because this fight, it is bullshit. It is bullshit that like one of them can hide behind the other one and shoot lightning through him when you can't see him. That is bullshit, but that comes with the Dark Souls experience. They are showing you that this doesn't get any easier, buddy. This gets harder. This fight is the great divide of Dark Souls 1. This is where they show you, this is where it gets decided if you're going to stick with it to the end or give up. It is the thing I think of first when you say Dark Souls 1 to me. So I think it's at least an S.
Okay. Your logic is sound. I agree.
There's multiple ways to do it as well. You could kill Ornstein first. You can beat Smo first, and it greatly changes the way you handle the fight. Every time you run into that room, it's going to be different. Are they going to dash right at me? Which one's going to get to me first? Which pillars are they going to blow up first? I love this fight, and I hate this fight.
Okay. I agree. I agree with you.
Mm-hmm. You agree with S? Low S?
I can agree with low S.
All right. I love that our S tier so far is based on the size of the boss's tits. Yeah. This is our list. This is how this goes.
Yeah, it's our list, and I'm proud of it.
Yeah. Of course, we should put it invisible. No. Anyways, where was I? Pinwheel. I don't think I have a fair shake of this fight. I got to this fight super late in the game, and it feels like it should have been the first thing I did after Asylum Demon.
It is an easy fight, no matter which way you slice it.
I think I did
the lore
it
is
right before
complex
Nito.
and vast and sad, and I don't really know it in some, but I know that people are like, yo, this boss is sad.
For Pinwheel? Pinwheel has lore?
Yeah. Pinwheel has lore.
I mean, he is a skeleton guy, so maybe S.
Yeah, I think he kind of did a Full Metal Alchemist and accidentally got his body twisted up with his family, but I'm not sure on that.
Okay. I didn't know. If I knew more about that, I might be willing to fight for Pinwheel. I think Pinwheel
I'm not willing to fight for Pinwheel.
Yeah.
I think he's pretty low.
I don't think he's F. I think F should be saved for this fight is fucking broken. And I hate it.
Yeah, or I hate it. Yeah.
I think Pinwheel goes at the bottom of D.
Yep, I agree. I agree 100%.
Get him out of here. I don't have anything left to say about him.
Get him out of here.
This is a tricky one. Sith the Scaleless. Seath? Sorry.
Seath, yeah, Seath. Lots of good lore. He's the one who gave lightning to the humans and gave them the secret to defeating the dragons, because he was all mad that the dragons were immortal and he wasn't, because he didn't have scales. Which is why Gwyn made him Duke.
Okay, that's dumb and I like it.
He captures princesses and turns them into tentacle monsters by accident. I don't know.
Okay, I didn't know any of that. You are bringing me over to the side of Seath. Sounds pretty cool, actually.
He's like B or A for me. Like, figuring out how to defeat his invincibility. Once you do that, it's all right. Yeah, B or A.
You get the.
He's got.
It's cool that you get the Moonlight Greatsword from destroying his tail.
From his tail.
Yeah.
Yes, that is cool.
That's kind of.
I would put him probably. Maybe high B. I'd put him probably above Great Wolf Seath.
Okay, interesting. It's also kind of neat that you see him early on, so it kind of gets you thinking, like, when am I going to fight that? And how do I get to it? Yeah. You know what? Yeah, I don't think he's engaging enough to be A.
Yeah.
But he's engaging enough to beat all these other bozos. And the lore
100%.
is cool.
Like, he's cool, and he's got some cool moves, and all that
Looks
stuff.
pretty cool. I don't remember the Stray Demon.
The Stray Demon was the one underneath the Asylum Demon, and he is the Asylum Demon again. It's when you go back to the Undead Asylum and you wander around and you fall through the floor.
Oh,
and
yeah.
He's down there, and he's like nothing.
I feel like this is a lost soul. Because I remember
you can
him
put him
now,
there.
But if you hadn't said it,
Yeah,
I
you
never
can put
in
him
a
down
million
there.
years would have thought about this fight ever
No.
again.
he was essentially just a copy and paste of Asylum and the Demon Fire Sage. Same thing, only different.
Yeah, like at least the fire one occupies a small part of my memory. Stray Demon, I remember doing that just barely, and it took a lot of coaxing to get those synapses to fire. All right.
Yeah.
Taurus Demon is neat, right? He's neat.
Well, he's just... So where I'm at with him is he's also the Asylum Demon again, because he's the only other boss in the game that you have to beat by plunging attack, or that you can beat by plunging attack.
Yeah, but it's kind of cool because it's like, okay, we showed you what to do the last time. Now put it into practice. This time you got arrows being fired at you. Can you do what we showed you?
Can you do the thing? Yeah.
It's kind of neat.
I also... See, he has the same entrance as Asylum Demon 2. You're like, oh, okay, cross the bridge. And then he jumps down and you're like, oh, shit.
Yeah. He kind of scares the shit
in my
out of
opinion, In my opinion, he also, same vein as the Capra Demon, he kind of loses points because, again, I know there were budget issues with this game, but they kind of copy and paste him all over the place in the Demon Runes because they didn't have any other bad guys to throw in there.
I forgot about that. Yeah. Yeah.
He's like, for me, C tier somewhere. C tier. Probably low C tier.
Let's see. Let's go through them one by one. Is he cooler than the Centipede Demon? I don't think so. I don't think he stands out in my mind as much as the Capra Demon. I think he's better that... You know what? I'm going to say between Asylum Demon and Iron Golem.
I can agree to that.
Okay. Asylum Demon gets a lot of grace for being the first one, I think.
It does. It does.
If he was anywhere else in the game,
Dark Souls boss.
Yeah, if he was anywhere else in the game, that would not have happened. All right, I might have some controversial takes here on the Bat of Chaos.
Okay, hit me. You hit me.
Dandy, I love this fight. I adore.
Oh
this
shit!
Fight.
That's not what I was expecting.
I adore this fight, and I found out afterwards that everybody hates this fight, and I get it because I died like probably 35 times falling through the fucking floor.
It was hilarious watching that. I love runs of this boss with people who don't know.
I never had a bad time. Like, maybe very briefly, spikes of anger might have happened, but like looking back on it, it was hilarious to keep running back to this guy and keep dying to bullshit. He also looks pretty cool, like a big tree with a bunch of lava. It's pretty weird and sick.
Well, yeah, and like the lore again, like this is the original witch that created the flame. That's why she's all fucked up.
Yeah, I remember reading that after killing it. And I like how it kind of telegraphs to you, like, this is what you're supposed to do. Be a shame if the floor fell out from under you. And then you try it.
I have fun with this fight. It's frustrating when you can't get it, but
yeah. And the run back
is
what
makes
long.
It fun.
The run back is long, but it's not hard. And if anything, like the long run back kind of made it funnier in my brain. And funny carries a lot of points with these people, I think. So
it's true. And also, well, the thing is too, there was a different door that you can get to from the demon runes, and it makes that run like half the length.
Oh,
if you
fuck
do
off!
The secret door.
I love that.
Yeah, you have to give the spider lady like 30 humanity, and then she opens up a secret path, and you can save Solaire early and all this stuff.
Right, I did that after the fight, and Solaire came out in a big parasite head or something.
Yep, and he's all dead. I want to hear where you want to put her. Or whatever.
Bed of Chaos, to me, I think I like the Bed of Chaos better than Nido, but not as much as the Four Kings. So
dude, that's kind of crazy. I thought it was you'd like Nido better, but I can agree with that.
Aesthetically, I do like Nido better. If it weren't for like a billion skeletons hitting me in the back, Nido would be at the top of this list, my friend. But he's not. I had more fun fighting the Bed of Chaos than I did Nido, and that is my most important piece of criteria. So
okay.
do you agree with this?
I can get that. I agree.
You agree. Okay, this is a weird list. I don't think anybody else would agree with that. Perfect.
No, this list is very specifically our list.
What does this one say? What does this one say? I'm going to zoom way in. What are you? Oh, Artorias. Oh, you mean the best boss of the game? Yeah, okay. Okay, so I'm just going to drop him right here. And, okay, Black Dragon. How do you feel about it? How do you feel about Artorias?
Okay, I've been waiting to say this all week since we decided we would do this tier list.
Yeah.
Artorias is dandy coded as fuck.
Oh, he's also Ryan coded as fuck.
I love this boss. He's amazing, and yes, that is exactly where he belongs. Thank you. I didn't want to have to argue for too long over that.
I don't even know what there is to say. I mean, it's kind of like it's almost like a Virgil fight. In the sense that,
it's almost, yeah.
He feels like a player character that you're fighting. Only, he's not even that hard. He's like the perfect difficulty, I think. Like, he's not hard, but he's not easy. It just feels like a pretty fair fight. I know you haven't read Berserk, but he is just guts, which is fucking cool, and I love that, quite personally. It's also, like, the first, like... It was also the point where I realized, like, oh, this DLC is going to be really good. I think
100%, because
I think almost all of my favorite bosses are in that DLC.
Yeah. Yeah, Artorias is so sick. Like the fact that like he leaves the shield down there with Sif to protect her, and then you find her and rescue her, and he goes in and gets messed up, and the arm that like is destroyed is the one that would have had his shield, and then he comes back up all messed up by the abyss. So cool.
Yeah. The entire DLC kind of like revolves around him a little bit. Well, him and Manus. But
Mananus, yes.
Mananus.
So yeah, he's exactly where he belongs. There's not much to say. He is, in my opinion, like a perfect boss fight.
It is like unquestionable. Yeah. Okay. All right.
In the context of Dark Souls, like from Soft Games, he is a perfect boss.
Yeah. I can't wait to see what else we get in Dark Souls 3. All right. Okay, so we got a bunch of bangers coming up here looking down at who's left. You know what? Let's get the non-banger out of the way before we move on to these guys. Let's do the Guardian, the Sanctuary Guardian.
Oh, the Manticore. I don't even give a fuck where that thing goes. It could be like D or whatever. I don't care.
Whoa. I kind of like it.
I just don't care. Like, I'm like, it's hard. So you get in that DLC and you fight it and you're like, oh, okay. So the DLC is supposed to be real hard.
Yeah. It's also got a pretty decent move set. Like, it has a fair amount of moves. There's a good amount of ways to fight him. He's got shit for when he's up close. He's got shit for when he's far away. They got the puddles on the ground that you want to watch out for because he's firing lightning at you, so it's kind of engaging in that way.
I'm just not sure. I don't know any of the lore on him, but I know that he is there.
He's guarding the garden.
For me, it's like his existence. Like, I feel like you could swap him out with like, I don't know, anything, and it would be like still just the same result.
But in terms of fun, I think he's more fun than anybody in C. He's the least fun of the DLC bosses, but they're all bangers.
Okay, I would 100% agree that he is more fun than any of the fights in C. I agree with that.
I think he belongs in B, but where in B?
You think he belongs? Oh, in B? I would say probably after just between the gaping dragon and the moonlit butterfly.
That's exactly
that's where he goes.
What I was gonna posit. So that is where he shall be. Excellent. This is a perfect tier list.
Great at this.
Nobody could disagree with this.
Nobody can disagree ever.
All right, Black Dragon, Calamite. I think I did an entire stream fighting this guy. For me, this is the hardest fight in the game.
You're correct. It is.
Okay.
It is 100%.
I didn't know if that was just a me thing.
Nope. He is the hardest boss in the game, hands down.
He kind of looks like when Liu Kang turned into a dragon at the end of Mortal Kombat Annihilation, which is really cool.
Yeah, that's the cool part about him.
They make him show up early to make you go, who the fuck is that? And then he flies away. And then I didn't do this, but apparently if you approach him, he just destroys you before you meet, what's the giant's name?
Hawkeye Goff.
Goff, yeah, which is really cool. So he's kind of like hanging over your head through that whole DLC, being like, when am I going to get to that guy? Ooh, boy. I don't want to spoil the list and say that these all might be S tiers, but I think he is definitely an S tier, and I think I definitely like him better than Chaos Witch Quelaag.
Yeah, I have to agree with you. He's definitely right after our boy there.
I loved how I felt when I finally killed him after like 3 hours, I want to say.
Dude, watching that, I felt it. I felt it in the force. It was amazing.
Yeah, that's what Dark Souls is all about right there. So how does this grab you? How does this grab you right here? Does that feel good?
That feels real good. Real good.
You know who else might be going probably in that same place is Man Aneth, father of the Anus.
You think S tier for him?
Absolutely. Okay, this guy, I think he might have my favorite moveset out of any bosses in the game. I think it's super cool when he is jumping out of the shadows at you. He's so borderline difficult is what I would call it. He's like at the point of being between pretty hard and really hard, which is exactly where I want to be. He's got a cool arena. He looks cool. He's got cool lore around him at the end of the DLC. I mean, I think...
Yep.
I don't know. I have very strong feelings about how much I like him.
So, I like him a lot, too. Me, personally, again, if it was my list, he would probably go in A.
Oh, okay.
High A. He would go in high A for sure.
Tell me how you feel.
Yeah, I personally, I think if it was my list, he would definitely be in like the high A. I wouldn't put him in S, but I also have a thing about using S tier very sparingly.
Yeah, you're right. It should be special. It's S for special.
But it depends on how strongly you feel about him, because I think definitely A, at least A. So I can be swayed to S. I can be swayed to S.
If he's going in A, he's going at the top of A.
100%. 100%.
Okay. Then Manus. Oh, God, not there. There. Oh, fuck off. There. Perfect. All right.
We did it.
We've made it to the end. And for a lot of the same reasons, I put Artorias at the top. I like Gwyn. Now, I will posit that with, I don't think I saw a lot of Gwyn, because if I could toot my own horn here, it didn't take very many tries to beat him.
No.
But it was really fun to learn how to counter this boy.
There's a couple things with him where he's like one of the only bosses that doesn't have like an operatic in his music. It's strictly instrumental.
Oh, okay.
There's something very what's
somber.
The word? Like grim about it, somber, because he's sad and he's like there to do the thing he thinks is right, and you're there to either do it better than him or to undo what he's doing entirely. He is an easier boss. For being the final boss in the game, it is a bit of a letdown.
So that's exactly how I feel about it too. It's like at the end, I was like, well, he's definitely going to have a phase 2. And then it's like, oh, he's just dead.
Yeah, and then he doesn't. And then you just beat him.
It kind of
he
feels
has some cool moves. He has that cool grab.
It kind of feels like they didn't plan on the DLC, because I feel like maybe if I hadn't beaten the DLC before getting there, it could have been a harder fight. Maybe.
Yeah, it could have taken you longer for sure.
But at the same time, like, it's not that hard to counter.
And I think you had somebody in your chat being like, if you heal as soon as you're done counterattacking him, he'll swing again and you can parry him again. And that's exactly right. He has like just you can just what's the word? Get him in that cycle and then it's over. So
yeah, you know what?
But the lore is cool and he's cool. He's got a cool design. I dig the tired old man boss at the end of the game every single time.
Yeah, he's got vibes. You would say.
I think I wouldn't say he's lower than A.
Okay, that's interesting, because I was thinking of positing top of B. Could we maybe say I definitely like the Bed of Chaos better than him? I could.
Okay, that's fair.
I could say I like him better than Nito.
Could you? Because thinking about that, I don't know if I could.
You think he goes after or at the end of A?
I think he either goes right
Bottom
before Seath Escalus or after Nito. The thing is I think about Nito and I'm like, yo, Nito is so cool. He's covered in skeletons. He's got that miasma. He's got a bunch of cool things about him that is really like unique. Yeah, and Gwyn is a guy with a fire sword. If you boil him down to the sum of his parts.
You know what? And as soon as I said I like him better than Nito, I felt a little sad saying that, because Nito is really cool. He's got a more interesting moveset than Gwyn as well. So
yeah,
you've kind of swayed me over to being. I think he's at the top of B. I like him better than C.
Yeah. Yep, I do too. Yep.
Okay.
Good fight.
Okay, then he goes at the top of B. Now take a look at our tier list, and how does this make you feel? Do we have to make any corrections? I could be swayed. I could almost be swayed to move Pinwheel down to F. He's not broken.
I don't hate Pinwheel. I don't hate him.
But he doesn't need to be there. You know what I mean? Like,
but like
you said the lore stuff though. Maybe.
Remember, F is also for like we hate this more than anything, and I don't hate him more than anything. He's fine.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah, I think he's in the right place. I'm trying to think. Do I hate anybody here? I do hate the Capra Demon, but in a very noteworthy way. So I don't think I move him down to F.
In a positive way, I hate the Capra Demon.
Yeah, and
I like our list. It's our list, and I'm proud of it.
It's perfect.
I love that the stray demon is a lost soul. That's so funny.
Fuck that thing, man. That thing might as well not exist in my brain.
Okay. That's like every Dark Souls 2 boss for me.
Yeah. Well, Dark Souls 2 bosses definitely don't stand out as much as Dark Souls 1, but there's some winners in there, I think.
There is. Dark Souls 2 is quantity over quality, in my opinion, but that doesn't mean there aren't some gems in there.
For the most part, I think you're right. But there's some. Dark Souls 2, I really like the world of Dark Souls 2. I like Bajula a lot. I love a lot of the locations. The castle is super cool in Dark Souls 2.
Yeah, the castle's all right.
No, this is a discussion for another time, I think. This is the Dark Souls
for Dark Souls 2 bosses.
Tier list.
I love Dark Souls 1. It's one of my favorite FromSoft games. I beat it probably more, like, next to Bloodborne. I've beaten it the most. Yeah, it's just a nice, fun playthrough. I dig it.
Oh, fuck. I didn't think about a Bloodborne tier list. That's a discussion for another time as well.
We'll definitely do that. Oh, yes. We will definitely be doing that.
How does this grab you? I think we might have to do the Dark Souls 2 tier list another day.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, we're not doing that today.
Yeah, now that we've seen how long this one takes, that one might take longer. I have it open. Let's just look at it. Yeah, that's more bosses. That's going to take longer.
There'll be a ton. Dude, there's a lot. And I don't even know most of them off the top of my, like, some I'll need some refreshers. You skipped some, which is fine. So, like, some I don't even know what the fight looks like.
Well, that's what Must Have Missed 'em is for. So we're going to have that tier ready. We'll talk about this one next time. I'm going to end the stream right now. I'll talk to you after I hang up
Bye, everybody.
Bye, everybody. Feel free to hate me in the comments below.